Good morning everybody, welcome to Wiltshire and the fifth of this third season of Going to Ground. My name's Andrew Rumsey and a stormy night here and one of those really aggravating nights when we were woken up continually by the knocking of doors with the wind. You know, when the bathroom door or the shed door just every few seconds bumps and knocks. Anyway, I'm out early, and today the church remembers one of the great Western thinkers, St. Thomas Aquinas, and I thought I would arise and grapple with some of his thinking on your behalf. You'll be glad to know. Thomas Aquinas, really considered one of the greatest philosophers of the West, and Dominican friar, Italian, lived in the 13th century, died in 1274. I've read quite a lot of philosophy over the years, but most of its concepts and formulae fall through the cracks in my mind over time. I don't retain philosophy in the same way I retain other things, and I think that's particularly true of the more forensic philosophers like Thomas, who is very concerned with the classification of things. He based his thinking on Aristotle principally, who likewise was determined to understand how things related to each other. So there's a lot of talk about the essences of things and the categories and what he calls the quiddities. What is the true nature or substance of a thing, and what's its purpose? What end does it have? And as I say, that makes it quite scientific, really, but also in a natural way. He's seen as the father of natural theology, so he's interested in actual things. And it's quite ecological, his thought, in the sense that an ecology is the arrangement of relationships between living things. How do they relate to each other? And he's known for forwarding the causal argument for the existence of God, that God is the world's first cause. Everything, he feels, must have a cause, must have something that made it happen. And God, being eternal, was uncaused. He's the uncaused causer, or the unmoved mover. But he also sees God as the ultimate end to which things move. So I'm keeping walking while I talk to you, because it's a very dynamic philosophy. It's about beginnings and ends. What is the cause of things, and what is the end to which they move? God is the ultimate end and the original beginning of everything, he believes. And he's not too, in the parts that I've read at least, he's not especially keen on creative or poetic knowledge. He wrote that poetic knowledge, because it is somewhat deficient in truth, has to seduce reason by certain likenesses, which I thought was a great phrase. Poetic truth has to seduce reason, has to sort of lull or coax reason into believing that certain things are true. You know, my love's a red rose. She's not really, but because of the beauty of the simile, of the likeness, you're seduced into believing it. Whereas I tend to see that as being the great gift of poetic truth, is that it's not deficient in truth. It actually aspires to the truth, which is greater actually than what appears to be the case immediately. So where poetic language is trying to reach beyond the detailed forensic analysis of of the categories and makeup of everything. I may have got him wrong, but that's my impression from reading him. But it might be helpful today for you to consider the causes and ends of your actions, and I shall do the same. Our life is pretty static at the moment, at least mine is. Apart from this one walk, I'm sat at my desk, and it's easy to just, as we were saying the other day, to reckon life as being just in one place and not moving. And because we don't seem to be progressing through the pandemic, or it can feel like an eternity, certainly, life does feel stationary. But Aquinas encourages us to think dynamically and think towards our end. So what is the end of the day? And within the day, what are the ends of our different actions? What has prompted them? Everything we do has a cause. You know, the wind blows and the windows rattle. I am moved at the moment by my desire for a hearty breakfast, and so we'll head on back home. Everything that we do has an end in sight. So what is the end of your action? God bless you this day as you go to ground.